From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White. Prime Minister Mark Carney says staying true to Canadian values is key to maintaining its sovereignty. He spoke as the federal cabinet began its two-day retreat in Quebec City. Carney shot back at U.S. President Donald Trump's comments at the World Economic Forum.
Canada doesn't live because of the United States. Canada thrives because we are Canadian.
Carney and his cabinet are expected to hear from experts in government, finance, community services, advanced technology, and global affairs during the two-day retreat. Meanwhile, U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick has called Prime Minister Carney's speech this week to the World Economic Forum political noise and has criticized Canada's recent deal with China.
Speaking on Bloomberg TV, U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick says Canada has the second best deal in the world and accused Prime Minister Mark Carney of complaining. Lutnick also cautioned that Ottawa's recent deal with China could upend negotiations of the Canada-US-Mexico agreement, which is up for review this year. In his speech at the summit in Switzerland, Carney warned that the old world order is dead and urged middle powers to band together as larger ones try to pressure them through economic coercion. United States Trade Representative Jameson Greer told Fox News today, there is a new world order, and European officials are starting to acknowledge it. Kelly Malone, The Canadian Press, Washington.
A northern Saskatchewan high school that was the scene of a deadly shooting has opened its doors for the first time in a decade. Dene High School in La Loche was holding a community ceremony to mark 10 years since the shooting. A 17-year-old boy killed two teen brothers in a home before going to the school, where he killed a teacher and a teacher's aide and wounded 7 others. Quebec Premier François Legault's successor will be chosen on April 12th. No candidate has officially come forward, but 3 Coalition Avenir Quebec cabinet ministers are among those considering a run. 2 levels of government are at odds over the cleanup of an abandoned rural Newfoundland fish sauce plant. The rancid stench of it has plagued nearby residents for decades, but it became worse last week when high winds blew off part of the building's wall. Newfoundland and Labrador's Environment Minister says the federal government should take some responsibility. The stop-motion animated film The Girl Who Cried Pearls has earned an Oscar nomination for Best Animated Short Film. Montreal filmmaker Chris Lavis says it's a special moment to represent Canada at the Oscars.
One of the things that happens when the government helps fund films, and moments like this, the film itself becomes cultural capital.
The film was funded by the National Film Board of Canada. It tells the story of a young boy who meets and falls in love with a girl who secretly weeps pearls at night. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers host Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight. Meanwhile, the Montreal Canadiens host the Buffalo Sabres in a battle of Atlantic Division rivals. Other NHL action tonight has Winnipeg hosting Florida, and Ottawa is at Nashville. Rising Canadian star Victoria Mboko looks to advance to the 4th round of a tennis Grand Slam when she takes on Denmark's Clara Tauson at the Australian Open. The 19-year-old Mboko is making her debut in Melbourne. She's the last Canadian standing in either singles draw. Canadian figure skater Gabrielle Daleman's on the hunt for a medal at the Four Continents Championships in Beijing. The 2-time Olympian landed 3 triple jumps to place 4th heading into tomorrow's free skate. And the stars of Canadian hockey drama Heated Rivalry are headed to the Olympics. Hudson Williams and Connor Story will be among the torchbearers, carrying the Olympic flame for the Milan Cortina Games in February. From the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.